Jones. I make skateboards for Life Skateboards. Today, I'm going to be continuing to print a bunch of this packaging. I'm going to be starting a company, a little wax company. We got a bunch of packaging I need to print with hand-carved lino blocks that I've carved. Here's the finished product. But earlier I did this and got into working and rambling and figured, it'd probably be a good opportunity to talk about sobriety. The reason I talk about it so much is because I hope it helps somebody, and I know it does help me when I talk about it. So I guess what I'm gonna do while I'm working here today is just talk about my story, talk about my recovery, failed recovery attempts, and what I like to do in my recovery, and why I like to talk about my sobriety experience. So, hope it helps somebody at the end of the day. As long as I get it out, it helps me. So, let's see. Start off at the beginning here. I actually didn't touch any drugs until I was 18. And I quickly dove off the deep end. Growing up, I had some mental issues with depression and some reality issues, but those got severely exacerbated by presence of alcohol, and immediately dove straight into drowning everything out with alcohol, and eventually that turned into more. And if you're an addict, you understand that once you start, you do become physically dependent on things. It's really hard to quit. For me, I wasn't really enjoying getting drunk or getting high. I was enjoying getting away from feeling. I guess that's all I need to say, just getting away from feeling. But that developed into some very, very heavy addictions. I was up to drinking a handle a day. Nothing worked. I went to rehab. Never worked. I'm not a religious person, so the 12-step program offended me at the time, because when you're trying to recover an addiction, everything seems offensive, because you want something to be able to say, like, oh, that's not fair, because that's psychologically what you want to do. But eventually, after long time of a heavy alcohol consumption and saying yes to everything that crossed my path after that, woke up one morning and learned that while blacked out, I had done a little running and jumping over fences and almost died for literally no reason. Something kind of clicked that day. And it was not, like I said, I wasn't, hey Casey, thanks for tuning in. Just kind of getting a sobriety story out, and then hopefully after I'm done talking with this, we can just help people. Let's see. Sorry. So, let's see. Quitting the recovery journey. I went to rehab a couple times, and those didn't work. Because when I went to rehab, I kept lying to myself, and when I got out, thinking that I could control. Oh, may the fourth be with you. Thinking that I could control my use or understand moderation, but what I didn't understand was that I was an addict, and my brain had been chemically changed. I just didn't listen when they told me that in rehab, because an addict's real stubborn. But eventually, after I learned, like AA and NA never really worked for me, rehab never worked for me. It took that pretty heavy experience where I almost died, and it didn't take the several times of alcohol poisoning for me to quit. It took the non-alcohol poisoning, all near death, for me to make a decision that it needed to end. And yeah, it was hard. The first few months were very, very difficult, dealing with new emotions and thoughts that have been, pushed down from being blacked out for a decade. But eventually things started to, work out. I dove deeply into skateboarding, spent all my free time at the skate park alone, took a job alone, and focused on just bettering my life. I've had somebody with me this whole time, Morgan, been with me through it all. And I think the most powerful part of my recovery to me personally is that I guess I was drinking, getting fucked up because I didn't see that I personally had a purpose in life. And that's a pretty scary thing to realize if you don't think you have a purpose. And as I was getting sober, that feeling was still there of not having a purpose. And then I realized something that, if there is any reason that I should have survived drowning myself in poison every single day and living to talk about it, maybe that's just it. Just being able to talk about it. Maybe I'm supposed to be here to maybe get somebody out of a situation that I was in, or get somebody to listen to somebody that maybe is going through things that were similar to them. So it currently gives me quite a bit of purpose, and that helped me and motivated me to keep and stay sober and continue to push my life forward. Definitely pretty powerful to know that you have that connection to talk to people about it and help people, and you can lose that with a relapse. So it's definitely a pretty powerful thing that keeps me sober. That and how good my life has turned out since then. I say how good it's turned out, how much less shitty it is now that I'm not drowning myself. So yeah, I guess through my recovery and sobriety journey, I've discovered that I feel like my purpose is to help others get out of it, help others enjoy life. And I kind of made a realization that because I was drinking to extreme excess. I mean, like handle a night, like possibility of not waking up in the morning kind of drunk. So I know I wasn't drinking to get fucked up. I was drinking to die. So I use a lot of my help. I use a lot of what I do to help people through their sobriety or even just mental issues, because I want you to be here. I don't want anybody thinking like I used to think. Nobody should be walking through their day hoping it ends right then and there, which is what I used to do. So I understand that there's a lot of people that think like that, and there's a lot of people that experience that, and I guess I see my purpose now as a person to help people that are going through stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it, I guess. That felt really good to talk about. So yeah, if you guys have any questions about sobriety, anything like that, that was pretty quick. I just told my whole story in like 8 minutes. Feel free to ask. I'm here to help. Here to help with sobriety. Here to help with skateboarding, all that fun stuff. But pretty much, I'm just going to be sitting here and working. So, hope you guys enjoy watching that. Maybe I'll ramble on about some other stuff. Like, I wish that this rain would stop. That would be rad. Rain's not fun. I want to go skate. I'm sure you want to skate too. But alright. I guess now that I'm gone through my whole story there, I guess I can kind of talk about what I'm doing on the live here. See, I've carved these lino blocks by hand. Did those on a live before. Rolling black ink onto them. These are pieces of packaging that have been creased to be able to fold around the wax bar that I'm gonna start making and selling. And then I use these to print. I try to keep everything, absolutely everything, handmade and hand printed, because I just like that. And try to keep things as efficient and trying to keep things as cheap as possible too. Point of the company is to use sales to raise money for the community, whether that be for prize money for events, event equipment, or even just improvements to the park. Things that we need cleaning the park. Let's say we get a big chunk, and maybe we can donate straight to the fund that Lawrence has put together for the skate park. Hoping to hear more news on that soon. Look at that. Rambling has gotten me from topic to topic. Talking about Lawrence. If you're unfamiliar with Lawrence Skate Park, I am the reason the CEO got headshotted. Well, Casey, first of all, no, I'm not. Um, I'm not. But that's a really random thing to say, Casey JC. But anyway, I'm not gonna get into a discussion on that one. So yeah, I'm gonna be donating $2 out of every sale towards a fund for skate park events, things like that, and then $1 from each sale is gonna go to a skater. I'm gonna start off with a team of 2 pros. They're gonna have a little card they fill out, doodle on, sign, put their socials, all fun stuff. Jam that into the packaging, and then they get $1 for each one. Dang. Thanks, Streamlabs. Do I have a... That's kind of cool. I have a chat bot? I didn't even know I had that. That was neat. Sorry, Casey. I didn't mean for Streamlabs to call you out like that. It's kind of cool. Alright. Right on. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you, Streamlabs. I like if you just call people out. That's nice. You just call people out for me? That's pretty cool. Otherwise, later I'll go into settings and confirm that, because... I mean, should I? Somebody else tell me what I should do. Do I give Is that a real person, or is it like a little bot telling me what to do? Never had this before. You guys are seeing this for the first time with me. I set that up a while ago. I don't know why it's just now working. I have a chat bot. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I'll try to change those settings later. Anyway, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, Lawrence. So, if you're unfamiliar with Lawrence Skate Park is my local, the one that I clean, the one I found Lawrence at. No, I'm sorry, the one I found Lori at, and the one I named her after. Probably a year ago, it was falling apart, covered in slurs and really, really whack graffiti. Started doing some repairs to it, and then the city got involved, and they paid for spray paint for our local graffiti community to do it up in really good pieces. It looks awesome. Look, Google Lawrence Skate Park, you'll see all the stuff about it. There's plenty of news articles about it. Covered in beautiful, and I mean beautiful graffiti. Full pieces, all from people in the Midwest, all different crews. What's really cool is that when you go to the skate park and then go drive through downtown, you see the same names. That's what I like. But park's been a lot cleaner. They've been maintaining it, and we were talking about putting a new step-up ledge in the flat. But I think that's being put on the back burner. Just gathered a bunch of people for a focus group that I hope means that the city's going to be able to get a bond to pay for some expansions. Fingers crossed on that one, because otherwise it was going to be piece by piece until we got to a $50,000 expansion for wedges and quarters, and a $200,000 expansion on pump tracks. that would have been way down the road. So if this happens, it will expedite everything we've been working for. And the park that has been getting better over the last year and a half is going to just keep getting better. And I love that. More skate parks means more skaters. More skaters means more people for me to skate with. And I'm going to skate till the day I die. So I'll be here with you forever, I promise. I hope. I like how this went from a talk about sobriety real quick to this. I don't know. It did feel real good to talk about that, though. Now I'm just sitting here rambling. I learned how to turn on royalty-free music in the background so it's not all boring when I'm not talking, when I'm not annoying you with this rambling. Only got a few left here before we jump to the remaining line of blocks. Which is going to be fun. Your boy is broke right now. So, just need to get some more materials, and then I will be having the first drop in the next couple weeks. I think I can have the packaging done. I have the product for the full amount of product for the first drop in about 3 days, and then probably take me a day to get all of this packaging done. But if I get it printed while I'm waiting on materials, perfect. One step done. Yes, there are definitely easier ways to do this. I don't like it. I like everything to be a little unique. Were you growling, not Lori? She's over there sitting on the couch growling for no reason. I just took you out before this live. People outside. I think there's people in the hallway. It's upsetting her. Either that or she just does not like this music. She might just not like the music, who knows? But if you guys are enjoying what you're watching and you find it relaxing, satisfying, fun, whatever, feel free to share it with your friends. I greatly appreciate it. Finding the correct audience for this kind of stuff is going to be a little difficult, but if you guys help me get my watch hours up, I can finally get to YouTube partner, because I was kind of a dummy, and I thought I had to get 3 million short views and 3,000 watch hours. It's one or the other. I'm a dummy, and I could have been there a long time ago. That way I don't have to be like, hey, donate to my Venmo. You can just donate directly on the stream when I'm done with that. Let's see, I think we're at like 500 watch hours out of the 3,000 I need right now, which that gets taken care of pretty well on nice lives like this. So really appreciate when you guys share the videos, interact, ask me questions, all kinds of stuff. I just like finding the right audience for the stuff that I do. The majority of the time on my lives, you're going to be seeing me do stuff like this, skate with my friends, make skateboards, and play with my dog. I like to set the camera up at the dog park and just have fun. My dog just farted, in case you were wondering. It wasn't me, I'd claim it, I promise. Lori, that was gross. In the couch. In the couch. Lori's a good little dog. But hey, like I said a little bit ago, soon you'll be able to donate on the stream. But if you'd like to support, just donate to. Uh, Dang, I just changed it. That was silly. Days with Casper on Venmo. That's at Days with Casper. 50% of all donations get pooled to give away a life board, and the rest just helps do things like buy food and stuff. Yeah. Profit margins on these wax bars are going to be very small, in case you didn't know. The main goal of this whole company is to, oh shit, I just rolled the wrong block. Main point of the company is to get a way to raise money for events. I try to throw events. It's a lot nicer when I can put up money instead of just going around and asking people for product, which works out really well, especially when we got a local named Zach, Yard Dad, who's been putting up money for our events, like the one that we've got going down on May 18th at Major Taylor Skate Park. He's got $1,250 in cash prizes up for that one. There's a best trick down the Euro. That's going to, I say down. You can go up, down, or use either side as long as you don't use the box on the right as a manual pad or the down hub on the left as a manual pad. But that one's going to be the big money. Can't wait to see what goes down on that. I know Gio's coming out for that. He did a bigger spin flip down the 8 stair last time. So I can't wait to see what he's got. And then there's going to be 2 more best tricks. There's one on the down rail, which is going to be a gnarly little... Hey, Lori, cut that out. You coming to see me? What's wrong? Something's freaking her out. I think she does not like lo-fi music, I guess. Hey, no. You don't need to bark like that. What you got going on? What's up? I don't know what's wrong with her. But anyway... let's see, I said best trick down the down rail. That one's going to be first place cash prize, second and third is going to be product. And then you've got a best trick on the bacon strip. So the bacon strip at Major Taylor's is a lovely little unique obstacle built by Hunger Skate Parks in 2016. It was added to the end of the park. So you've got a bank going down right next to the down rail, hits a flat, and then that flat extends outside the skate park into a bump, into a nice little steep quarter. And the quarter only has a foot deep deck, and it leans back, so it's pretty gnarly to do some plants and stuff on it. But that one's gonna be fun, and to be honest with you, I'm gonna probably skate with you guys on that one because that's one of my favorite obstacles at Major Taylor Skate Park. Other than that, we're gonna have a best highest air. On the 6, there's a 6 inch. That would be really annoying. 6 foot quarter pipe at the front of the park. You got run up of the entire park to hit it. It's pretty long. If you're not a local, you can just watch the locals go first and hit the same lines they do. And then, other than those two things, we do have a death race powered by Death Wish Coffee. A death race is just an all-out race around the park. Way too many people for it to be not chaotic, so it gets nice, chaotic, and violent, and we like that. So that death race is going to be fun. Like I said, powered by Death Wish Coffee and Masterworks Tattoo. Gotta go pick up those gift cards from Masterworks soon. We'll have an 18-plus division for tattoos and coffee. And that one is going to be a race around the park, like I said. And then the kids will have some apparel and some product to give away on their race. We will have that stuff to give away to the kids. I don't know. Apparently, I don't know how to speak. So that's going to be really fun. And then after the contest, now forgive me if anybody in the bands are watching this. I highly doubt it. I don't even think they know that I do YouTube lives. I'm going to try to list all the bands in the show after the contest, which is going to be awesome. Love it. So we've got Cut by Shards, Vivarium, Neural Static, Bet Combs, Bongo Boys, and Simius. Look at that. I think that's all of them. 6. It's a whole 6. So we got 6 bands playing after the contest, and it's going to be really fun. Majors has amazing lights, great park, great vibe, great locals. And you got 2 skate park respect ambassadors for the park. That would be Zach and Charlie, and they are doing a great job. They just started making content while cleaning recently. Charlie made a great video encouraging the city to come and clean out the trash cans more often, which is very important to that park. Doesn't really matter how much you clean Major Taylor's, the wind always blows trash out of the cans. So having those cans emptied regularly is pretty important. So it's awesome to see somebody taking some initiative there. Appreciate that. I was taking care of multiple parks before I focused on Lawrence, and really nice that they're kind of just picking up where I left off with that and cleaning everything up, picking weeds, all that fun stuff. I know Zach had to clean up some glass recently, so that's a bummer. Whew. But yeah. Whew. I can try to list all the sponsors for the event, but then I'm gonna offend somebody that sent me free stuff that I didn't remember. So I'm gonna try though. All right. So we got Masterworks Tattoo at Butter Bars, which is what you're watching me package right now. Ladies Skate Squad just gave me some shirts yesterday. Minus Skate Shop, Lieb Skateboards, Curdled Skateboards. Let's see, Life Skateboards, Lil John's Rails, whew. Odyssey Skateboards. I think it was Old Marigold Tattoo, if I remember correctly. Odin Grip, forgot about that one. Got him sending me some grip. I gotta hit him up and get those from him. Q Skate Park, Slam City Skate Park. And if I'm missing anybody else, I sincerely apologize because we are extremely grateful. I just don't have the flyer that I made directly in front of me. But I'm excited. I think this is going to be really fun. I've been focusing on events at Lawrence Skate Park, so being able to do an event at Majors again is going to be fun. Spent a lot of time skating there. That used to be my local. It's not too far away now, about 20 minutes. But LP is only 5 minutes away from me, so. But remember, if you skate, you should be skating more than one park. Versatility develops skill very quickly. I think I've got until about 7:45 to keep this live going here. It's 7 o'clock now here. So I'll keep that going. And then I gotta go get the lady from work. I wish I could go skate. That's what I would be doing right now. Hoping this weather lets up so I can get some side work done. That would be excellent. When the weather's like this, you guys are my only way to make a little extra. So, always appreciate you guys. Don't forget, if you're looking to support the stream, you can donate on Venmo at Days with Casper. But if you just share this around and get me to the point where I can just take those on stream, that helps too. Getting my watch hours up lately. Trying to hit that YouTube partner level. I think we can get there pretty soon here. If you watched already and heard me say this, I apologize for repeating myself, but I was dumbly under the impression that I needed 3 million short views and 3,000 watch hours, and I got real bummed when I got 2.5 million, and then it just started to drop off. But I can control watch hours a lot better than I can control a short going viral. You know what I mean? It's wild to me, though, that a short of mine got 4 million views. I am still blown away by that. And it was just me trolling people. It was me accusing myself of wearing magnets in my shoes at contests. Speaking of which, there's a contest at Q Skate Park. Actually, the same contest where that video came from. Next Saturday. So you best believe I'm making some magnet jokes at that contest. Good friend of mine, Shell, actually got me this birthday present. It's a whole bag of little magnet people. Lori, this isn't for you. I don't even think they can they attach to you at all? They're little magnet people. They can stick to stuff. I got a little magnet dude on my roller. Isn't that neat? It's pretty neat. What's up, Lori? You want to see the magnet people? Can the magnet people stick to your collar? I want that to happen. Stay. Yes, they can. Oh my gosh. Alright, Lori has a little magnet person with her at all times now. Nope, it fell off. I need to go get that before she eats it. Sorry. If you can't tell, I'm easily distracted and entertained. I need somewhere to put this. That's not magnetic. I'm not wearing anything magnetic. Wait. Nope. Dang it. I don't have anything magnetic on. I've never struggled with the word magnetic before. Weird thing to struggle with, I'll tell you what. Lori, what do you want? What do you want? Come say hi. Come say hi to the people. Come say hi to the people, Lori. Come on. They're not over there. They're not over there either. They're over here. Come say hi. Alright. That's good enough, I guess, for her. Anyway, this is actually the last one where I'm just doing these 2 blocks. And I sat there and let the ink dry on the block instead of printing it. She's walking around a lot. I just took her out to play before this live. Actually, I was live playing with her shortly. Alright, so now I've got this stack here. Of packaging with those 2 blocks on it. Remember, this is the end product for packaging, right here. Everything's probably backwards from your angle. And this is the end product, right here. I'm gonna get 150 of these together before I first drop. Shouldn't be too long. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't spend like full work days working on this kind of stuff. So let me trade out my blocks. So what we just did was this, so if you don't understand what lino blocks are, they're a relief image. So it's a hand-carved stamp. So it's just backwards of what you want printed. Super easy for a spider web. That was the last one. And then this guy, that's just CAS and Morse code. I put that on everything. So, and then for this next block, we'll be putting, this is going to be backwards, so I'll read it for you unless you're real smart. If you're real smart, good for you. Wax responsibly, because we don't want people overwaxing with my butter bars. And do not eat it, because it's going to look like chocolate bars. And I have some friends that might eat them, and I love my friends, but some people might. And I just don't want to deal with that, because there's, you know, wax, oils, and some dye in there. It's not good to eat, I promise. But alright, now we got those 2, and then we've got my tag, just a hollow, and this. And I used that font that I ended up making on there for the actual logo for Butter Bars. I'm going to try to keep that consistent throughout the entirety of the company. Whatever happens with it, happens with it. It is what it is. Don't even know if I can call it a company yet. It's in the works. Company in its infancy? Let me say that. Alright, looks like I'm gonna go wax responsibly on the spider web side, right? No. Wait a minute. Yeah, spider web side. And try to do all these consistent. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. It doesn't have to be stuck to, you know, lino block printing or just printing in general, or what I'm doing exactly. You know, I skate, I make skateboards for a living. This stream started off with me talking about sobriety. Down to talk about that if you'd like. Anything really. I'm honestly surprised Alistair hasn't copped on here and tried to convert you all to the Church of McRib. Or Roger. My regular subscribers have been MIA on my lives lately. I say my regular subscribers. I got 2 people that I regularly talk to. Oh, 3, I forgot. Marianne. I got Roger, Marianne, and Alistair. Where are you at? And I swear, Marianne, if I had said your name wrong and I remembered it wrong, I apologize. So we want... I'm going to grab one of these. Alright, so we're going to go down facing the spider web. Alright, based off how that went, I think I'm going to be doing these 2 at a time. You guys are watching me make decisions now. Yeah, took far too long to be doing them like this. And there we have it. One finished one, but like I said, I am not going to be doing them that way. I think I'm going to just go ahead and do those 2 for each one. I'm doing all right, Johan. How are you doing? I'm just printing away. Thanks for popping in to watch. I really appreciate you guys hopping on here. Hopefully it's something you enjoy. If it is, share it with your friends. Always good. You guys are helping me get my watch hours up, which is something I desperately need in order to become a YouTube partner, which is what I want. I've been sober from alcohol for, let me see, it's 2019, 6 years, and everything else for about 3 or 4. I quit. When I quit drinking, I kept doing a lot of other stuff, kept smoking, kept doing hallucinogenics, and dabbled in the booger sugar. And then I called somebody that was offering my dream job, making skateboards, and they asked me, would you consider quitting smoking? My first reaction was, I can hide this from him. And then I thought about it like, damn, dude, you are giving up a dream job for a plant. This thing has a hold on you just like it did alcohol. So I gave everything up and been sober since then. And I get a lot more done in a day, I'll tell you that. That's for sure. But I am definitely the first person at the skate park that ends up getting offered everything I used to take. You don't look like this and don't get offered the stuff you don't want. But good question, War Thunder Farmer. Appreciate it. Sorry that this kind of divulged away from my sobriety story. That was actually the first 8 minutes of this video. Somehow got all the way through that pretty quick. Obviously, you know how it goes, leaving out details and whatnot. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask some more. I'm an open book on that stuff. I talk about what I've been through to hopefully help people that may be in the same or similar situations. Because we all deserve to wake up tomorrow. Ah, the plant. I mean, so I'm gonna share an opinion that you can take with a grain of salt, because when it comes to sobriety and it comes to you being happy and you being the person that you truly need to be, I can't give you all the answers. You know what I mean? I can only give you my perspective and hope that that helps you. So I would say it's definitely a hard thing if they're not coming to you saying I want to quit, then they're not gonna quit, and that's how that works. Um, but if somebody wants to quit and they're having a hard time quitting, I do have some advice for that. Because you got to look at it as there is no chemical dependency, so you're not chemically addicted to a thing, but what you can do is create a psychological dependency. That psychological dependency can act a lot like a physical dependency. So it's when you get off of it, like when you stop smoking, you're gonna start going through some stuff that smoking will fix, like having extremely vivid nightmares. When you do get to sleep, because it does become difficult to sleep. Now, there are lots of things to help with that. I personally started taking lion's mane mushrooms, valerian root, and theanine to help with my sleep and help kind of make those PTSD and horrible nightmares stop happening. And eventually, all the cravings went away. It does take a few months for things to level out, but like I said, man, if it's your friends, unless they're coming to you saying like, "Hey, man, I can't quit," it's one of those things where if they don't have a problem, they don't have a problem. You know, I'm always going to advocate for sobriety, but that doesn't mean that my message is meant for everyone. So, a lot of people take that very the wrong way about if I'm talking about sobriety, that must mean I'm talking about everybody. No, I'm talking about sobriety for the people that need it and the people that want it, because you're never going to get sober unless you want it, and unless you clearly define what you mean by being sober as well. What am I making? King Liam just asked what I'm making, so I'm going to go over it again real quick. So my name's Casper Jones. Recently decided that I'm going to be doing a little wax company to raise. I'm going to get to that in a second. Johan, once again, that's just all opinion, but he wants to quit. He is struggling really hard to get off and needs help. Thank you so much for your tips. Hey, for sure, man. Just and tell him to be honest with somebody about it, like somebody that has some control over him. You know what I mean? Because it's controlling your environment is a big part of being sober. So just kind of make sure that you can help him, and hopefully that advice helps. But now I'm going to jump to what I'm doing. So I'm going to be making a wax company here. The point of it is to funnel money into the local community. $1 from each sale is going to go to a skater. I'm going to have 2 pros on the team. They fill out a little card, get stuffed in the packaging, and they got paid $1 for that out of each bar. And then $2 from every sale is going to be put into a fund for the community, whether that be prize money for events, event equipment, stuff like that. But what I really want to do with this is make sure that everything stays handmade, hand printed, hand everything. So I guess eventually I'll probably end up with a block that covers the whole thing, a more efficient printing method with lino blocks. But what I'm doing right now is actually printing the outside wrapper of these. So these I'm printing with hand carved lino blocks. So a couple lives ago, I sat there with a I don't even have the tool with me right now, but carved these out by hand on a live. Um, and then you roll ink on them, press them down. It's like a big stamp. So you got to carve everything backwards. And yeah. But yeah, thanks, Johan. Johan, I said Johan. Just reach through your phone and smack me real quick. You do not deserve for me to be pronouncing your name incorrectly. I'm sorry. Bad, Casper. I really try to pronounce people's names right. I try really hard. Sometimes it takes me a while. Well, hey, thanks for hopping on here, guys. Oh, this is not a job. This is just me doing stuff. These guys think I get paid to do this. No, I mean, eventually, profit margins are going to be very small, but this is just a side project for me. I make skateboards for a living. I just printed the wrong one on the wrong side. Oh no, somebody gets a misprint. But yeah, I make skateboards for a living. We do this same printing method on the boards themselves. You can watch the board making process on my lives, or and I know I have some full videos up as well. Sorry, I could not see the crease on that for some reason. I hope I got it right, or somebody's getting another misprint. There we go. Hobby. Maybe it'll be a job one day. We'll see. But my main thing I do is I push for better, cleaner, bigger skate parks. So I'm an ambassador for an international nonprofit called Skate Park Respect. That's what got a big project in Lawrence done. If you're interested in finding out about that project in Lawrence, you can just Google Lawrence Skate Park in Lawrence, Indiana. Plenty of news articles about it and the progress that's happened there. All the help from Robert and Michelle. It was an awesome experience to get that park to the way it is now. Do I make custom ramps as well? No, I do not. My boss does. My boss will do that for you. He's a master woodworker. I am the employee of Life Skateboards. So I am the guy that, the only guy that presses all the skateboards. So I take the veneer, glue them up by hand, and put them into the press and smash them. I'm the guy that, after my boss cuts the shape out, I shape the edges, and then he usually applies all the graphics. And then I also ride for the team and have a signature graphic with the company. So you can actually get, if you go to lifeskateboard.com, you can get the Casper signature board. And what's really cool is it's not listed on the website. You can just get the Casper signature board on the website. But little doggy, Lori, come here. Come here. Come here, Lori. This little lady, she's got her own graphic as well. Same thing, hand-carved relief image, just like this, of her sitting in front of the 8 stair at our local skate park, where I found her. We released that as like a signed and numbered pre-release drop, and now it's available to the public, just not signed and numbered. She's the best. Somebody dumped her, and now we have her. Collectors? I mean, yeah, but it's not because our boards are collectors. Let's see, we do have some collectors that'll like reach out to us to remake like a very well-known shape or something so that they can skate it and not skate their original. But my boss himself is actually an avid skateboard collector as well as a skateboarder, and is in an international group called Welfare Line, where they trade boards and stuff, and a lot of our customers come from that base. We honestly, we're in New Palestine, Indiana. Used to be Muncie, Indiana. but a lot of our sales come from outside of Indiana. So like California, we get a lot of sales in Texas. I know we ship all over the world, regardless of that ridiculous international shipping. What's up, Steven? But yeah, we tend to just get, your average skateboarder. Because of our long press and cure times, our boards last a lot longer. So you get people that want their board to last longer, people that want to pick exactly what their board is because we can do a custom shape, people that want to choose their wheelbase, stuff like that. Yeah, it's lifeskateboard.com. Been around since 2012. It was a shop in the early 2000s. No relation to Ron Allen's Life Skateboard brand in the 90s. It was actually established because... Thanks, Steven. Life skateboarding. I'm sorry. Sobriety gave my boss a new life, so Life Skateboards, It's kind of cool that we all ended up next to each other, too. Boss is also in recovery, and it's really cool to work with somebody that has been through some of the similar things you've been through, especially in a work environment like that. Let's see, what time is it? I gotta get going before too long here. I say that, and I'm probably gonna lose track of time anyway. I hope this background music is more entertaining than nothing. I went and found some royalty-free stuff just for you guys. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you can get custom shapes. So there are some companies out there that do it. They don't do it by hand. And you're gonna hear my rant here. War Thunder. So the general industry. I'm sorry, I broke my brayer here. The general industry does 1 hour press times, heat transfers, and really weak concave, all kinds of stuff that just adds up to a really fastly made board, but just not the best quality like it used to be. So we go a different route and apply graphics like this to make sure there's no heat applied to your board and get extremely deep concave and 24-hour press times. Now when you get down to a custom, when you go to our website, which is lifeskateboard.com, that's lifeskateboard.com, you're going to have over 77 shapes to choose from. Now, if you like the nose of one board and the tail of another board, we can mash those up together because we have the template. If you want to make any of our popsicles a twin, you can do that too. If you want to change your wheelbase, we can do that for you. And if you want to get real custom, it's going to cost a little bit more, but you can just email my boss. If you go to the Life Skateboard website, it's going to have his contact email listed in the contact information. And then you'll start the conversation about customs with him. Probably have you send him some shape reference emails. Let's say you want an exact shape of an old board. You could even send us the old board and we'll make it off of that. So hopefully we have something you like there, War Thunder. Hopefully you like my board. You never know. Mine's a real funky shape. I tried to make it as weird as possible while still being functional. And we got some of those. We've actually got an 11.75 inch wide board, and we do sell the trucks to match. Slappy released an 11 inch truck recently. Thank you, Slappy, for that one. Thank you, appreciate that. If you do get something from us, yes, it is. Steven has skated it. Steven's actually a local here, a good friend of mine. I bring the barge around. It's pretty fun. Yeah, if you do end up ordering a board, if you could put in the notes there that you made the contact through YouTube Live, I'd appreciate it. We're trying to get people to put that on there so I can know where the exposure is coming from, and so my boss can understand where the exposure is coming from, because sometimes we don't know. You know, a lot of people that are unaware of us, and a lot of people that are surprised that anyone's unaware of us. It's a confusing position to be in, I'll tell you that. Once again, I really appreciate you guys tuning in, and if you're enjoying watching this, feel free to share it with your friends. I'm trying to get my watch hours up right now so I can work with YouTube partner, and maybe even ditch Instagram as my main platform. Sorry, it seems like my dogs and cats are fighting around the corner right now. Thank you, I appreciate that. I can't wait to see your order come across the table. That's the other cool thing about us, is you're not like buying a board we got ready for you. You're buying your skateboard, and then we make it for you. I do like that. I was working in a shop before oh shit. I was working in a shop before I did this, and I'm gonna be honest with you, at one point I was under the impression that all boards were the same, because I was only skating factory absolute garbage. And then I got my hands on a screen printed board and was like, dang, this is a little bit better. And then I got my hands on a life board, and now I make them. Good old Canadian maple. You guys could be ramble about so much random shit. You don't even know. I had so much ready to go in my head right there for Canadian maple, but I'm not going to talk about it. I don't want to get into that. Oh, absolutely. Yes. So throughout the U.S., easy delivery to the Continental. What is that? Is it Continental 48? Is that correct? But yes, we will ship to you. Where are you located? Because if you ever do find yourself in Indianapolis area, you're more than welcome to come out to the workshop, see what we do. Hell, I'll probably take you around to parks. But yes, we do ship everywhere. We've shipped all over the world. What I do here is my thing, and it's very unprofessional. My boss does everything legit, so we got shipping, all that fun stuff. The website's super interactive, actually. And just a heads up, if you go to the website and it starts like acting funky on you, reduce your protections and possibly switch browsers. Hey, there you go. Yeah, we'll definitely get it to Nebraska. But yeah, if you're in, depending on what part of the summer, I'll probably be here. I do plan to travel a bit, but I'm gonna try to work something out. Just, I mean, once you get in contact about the board, just keep staying in contact with us. If you do Instagram, I'm much more reactive on there at Stranger Casper. It's easy to get a hold of me there. But then, just stay in touch, and when you make it this way, come out to the shop if we're there. And you can see how skateboards are supposed to be made. Probably. I say probably just in case we're both busy. There's only 2 of us at the company, so we don't have like normal hours, like a normal shop. We're a workshop. We'll sell everything to you though. We got parts, pads, helmets. We can even make youth boards. That's the other cool part. Well, guys, I think I'm going to have to get off of here, get ready to go get the lady, take the dog out before I take her. But thank you for tuning in. If you have any more questions, I'm going to leave this up for... Here we go. I'm going to make a decision. I will do 3 more of these, answer any questions that come in those 3, and then I'm going to hop off the live here. So, thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. If you enjoy watching this, share it with your friends. Share it on social media. Share it with your mom. Who knows? I think my mom might have watched this. Hey, appreciate it, man. Hopefully this is something you guys enjoy watching, something I continue to do. If this takes off the ground, this will be something I'm doing at least once a week. Especially if I get it real efficient. If I just sit down and give myself like 1 work day a week with this on top of everything else, I think I'll be good. Next time I'm at work, I will definitely go live. It has been a while since I've done a board making live. Maybe, just maybe, if I get that POV situation set up again, we can do another one of those. That was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, I go back and watch that one every once in a while. My dog is becoming impatient. What I just had to do was check the crease on the other side there, in case you were wondering. All right. And we are going to go ahead and hop off of here then. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Thanks. I'm Casper. Bye.